one knows when World War III will happen, or if it's ever going to happen. Hopefully it doesn't. But one thing is sure, artificial intelligence and robotics will be the king that will determine who will emerge as the winner, and so countries of the world are investing billions of dollars in robotics and AI warfare. From the United States to Japan, China, and even Russia, the greatest rival to the United States. So what kind of robots do you think Russia is building? In this video, we'll show you some of the warfare robots that Russian engineers have built and unleashed on the world. This is Fedor, a humanoid robot that is frankly one of Russia's most astounding creations. Work on the robot began in 2014 and was presented to the public 2 years later in 2016. And according to the presentation, Fedor has two main tasks: rescue people in extreme conditions such as collapsed buildings and help during space explorations. It was also revealed that Fedor can operate autonomously or can be controlled by an operator using a specialized control suit. Fantastic, right? Well, despite how amazing Fedor was recently sanctioned because it was discovered that in addition to rescuing people and exploring space, Fedor has a hidden talent. It could shoot with both hands. Yeah, pretty shocking, but also sneaky of those engineers, because there's no way they didn't know. Anyway, as soon as it was discovered, foreign companies suspended the supply of crucial components like gears, sensors, engines, cameras, and computers. However, that hasn't stopped Fedor's creators. Instead of waiting for supply from those companies, they've decided to source for the components from local sources, ensuring that Fedor's advancement is not hindered. There's no doubt that the next time Fedor is unveiled to the world, we'll discover multiple hidden talents. Robot dog. The United States military is not the only one that has developed a robot dog. Russia also has one, and it's armed with a grenade launcher. The robot dog was developed by the Russian company Intellect Machine and unveiled at the 2022 Russia's annual Army International Arms Exposition, where it was shown walking, lying, and spinning in a demonstration. According to the developers, the robot dog can accurately shoot and carry weapons, and can also be used in emergencies such as reconnaissance, navigating through debris, and delivering medical supplies. However, at the time it was revealed, the shape and location of its optical sensors kind of matched that of a Chinese robot dog called the Unryushu technology dog. This resemblance sparked accusations that the Russian robot dog is simply a copycat of its Chinese counterpart. Until today, no one except the developers, of course, can tell whether or not the Russian robot dog is a copycat. And the fact that the robotic dog was disguised in a black cloth coverall with only the top of its optical sensors peeking through doesn't exactly help its case. Avatar robot. Within the next decade, Russia plans to create an avatar robot that will replace soldiers on the battlefield. According to the developers, the robot can either be designed in an anthropomorphic form, which means it would resemble a human, or a non-anthropomorphic form, which significantly differs from a human. It's envisioned that the robot would possess functional capabilities comparable to humans, meaning that it can independently interact with human infrastructure effectively. This infrastructure includes traversing through terrains, providing first aid, and driving a car. Development of the robot has already begun, and in 2015 the human-like avatar robot was demonstrated to President Vladimir Putin, where it rode a quad bike around a vehicle test track and also made 5 good shots on a target, but an operator controlled it. In 2016 it was revealed that the robot was learning how to drive a car. Currently there's not much information about this avatar robot, but we look forward to seeing it whenever it's unveiled. Uran 9. Uran 9 is a Russian ground-based drone that holds a very prominent position among the world's most powerful ground-based drones. At a size of about 4.5 meters long and 2 meters wide, weighing in at 10 tons, the Uran 9 packs a punch with its arsenal. Sporting a 30mm automatic cannon paired with a 7.62mm machine gun, it's certainly ready for combat. But that's not all. It also boasts launchers housing 49 M120 Ataka anti-tank missiles, with the flexibility to swap them out for eager anti-aircraft missiles, enhancing its air defense capabilities. Currently, there's no unmanned combat vehicle in the West that matches the firepower of the Uran 9, which already participated in live combat operations in Syria. Although specific details about its application in the Syria conflict were not revealed, the developers confirmed that Uran 9 proved its worth in a combat environment, and its success has bridged the gap between Russia and other countries actively developing combat drones. Soratnik. Soratnik, also called Comrade in Arms, is an unmanned ground vehicle created by the Kalashnikov Group for reconnaissance, fire support, patrols, and protection of areas and important facilities, as well as mine clearance and obstacle clearing. Weighing less than 7 tons with a speed of 40 km per hour, this robot vehicle can be operated in 3 control modes, which are manual, automatic, and direct control. In terms of weapons, 4 types of weapons can be installed on Soratnik, including a 12.7mm and 7.62mm machine gun, a 30mm AG-17A grenade launcher, and a new 40mm automatic grenade launcher. According to reports, Soratnik has been tested in near-combat conditions in Syria. More recently, Russia has tested it as a platform for human-machine collaboration on the battlefield. Nereta. Designed by the Dektyarov plant together with the Foundation for Advanced Studies of the Russian Federation, Nereta is an armed unmanned ground vehicle that was created as a universal transport system that can be used to transport troops and conduct combat operations and reconnaissance for artillery systems. Depending on the equipment deployed, the robot can patrol the terrain, conduct reconnaissance, detect the enemy's artillery locations, and evacuate the wounded. This robot has 3 distinct payloads: weapon, transport, and artillery reconnaissance. The weapon station comes in a variety of configurations and can be fitted with a 12.7mm cord machine gun or a 7.62mm Kalashnikov machine gun, as well as an AG-30mm automatic grenade launcher. Bertha was first demonstrated in 2016, followed by testing of the product by the Russian Army in 2017. It's most likely that Nereta will be a part of Russian airborne shortly because of its compact size. Marker. After the Uran 9, the Marker robot is one of the most popular and impressive unmanned ground robot vehicles, developed by Androidnaya Technica, a robotics company based in Russia. It was created to distinguish things using artificial intelligence technologies and can be used to perform autonomous patrols and specialized security routes for ground-based space infrastructure facilities, as well as identify and intercept security perimeter violators. Markers can detect a variety of invaders, including illegal personnel, unmanned aerial vehicles, and motor vehicles. It defends against incoming hostile UAVs with electronic pulses and suicide drones. It can also interrupt and neutralize drone signals by radio-electrical jamming. During trials, it was discovered that Marker, outfitted with both a rifle system and a grenade launcher, demonstrated faster response times to emergent threats, superior target recognition, and more precise targeting than a human operator. The Okhotnik. No doubt Russia has lagged behind its peers when it comes to unmanned combat aerial vehicles. However, one of the most impressive UCAVs it made in recent times is the Okhotnik, also called Hunter, a stealth combat drone that recent news reveals is almost near completion. The drone is being developed by Sukhoi and the Russian aircraft corporation MiG as part of a 6th-generation aircraft project. According to the developers, the drone is designed to perform strike and reconnaissance missions. It features a flying wing shape, a jet engine, and a payload of up to 6 tons, making it one of the largest and heaviest drones in the world. This remarkable stealth drone can not only fly up to 1,000 km per hour, but can also reach altitudes of up to 18,000 meters, maneuvering and evading enemy radars and their defenses. The Okhotnik can also carry a variety of weapons, including bombs, missiles, and electronic warfare devices, depending on the mission. This should definitely be regarded as a threat to NATO. These Russian robots are a testament to the fact that, unlike what most people think, Russia is not so far behind when it comes to military robots. So hopefully World War III never happens, because if it does, it will certainly be more bloody than the previous World War. Is it possible to sue a company for daring to shift away from its founding idealism? I never knew it was possible until Elon Musk, one of the world's richest men, filed a lawsuit against OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT. According to Musk, OpenAI, specifically its founders Sam Altman and Greg Brockman, have abandoned the startup's original mission to develop artificial intelligence for the benefit of humanity and not for profit. Almost a decade ago, Musk, Altman, and Brockman co-founded OpenAI, and in an interview a day after OpenAI officially opened, Altman told the world that he completely trusted Musk. So how come a decade later, Musk and Altman are locked in a public spat and looming legal battle? Is this truly a case of Musk's concern for humanity, or is there something more? Stay with us as we reveal to you the real reason why Elon Musk sued OpenAI. Over a decade ago, Sam Altman witnessed Musk's limitless ambition during a tour of SpaceX headquarters in Southern California, arranged by a colleague at Y Combinator. Altman, in his 20s at the time and having recently sold his first startup for a disappointing amount, was inspired by Musk, who was 14 years his senior, passionately discussing plans to send rockets to Mars. This experience left Altman with a newfound sense of determination. In 2014, Altman and Musk began exchanging emails about the risks of artificial intelligence, ultimately deciding that they should take charge if this potentially destructive technology became inevitable. And so, OpenAI was born, with Musk and Altman enlisting the help of AI scientist Ilya Sutskever and former Stripe Chief Technology Officer Greg Brockman as co-founders. And at its inception, OpenAI made it known to the public that it was created not for profit making, but for developing artificial intelligence in the way that is most likely to benefit humanity as a whole. To launch the company, Musk urged Sam Altman and the other founders to announce a $1 billion funding commitment to the public, an amount that far exceeded Altman's original plan. However, the group agreed and OpenAI was successfully launched. But 3 years later, trouble began to brew on the horizon as Musk began to get impatient and frustrated with the slow progress made by OpenAI in AI technology as compared to Google's DeepMind. In the end, Musk couldn't take it anymore, and in 2018 he proposed to bring OpenAI under his company Tesla. However, the group rejected his proposal, which made Musk decide to resign from the company and withdraw his $1 billion funding pledge. And according to Altman, Musk's decision forced OpenAI to seek alternative sources of funding from commercial backers like Microsoft. You would think that Musk's resignation from the company was the start of the feud between him and Altman, but on the contrary, after Musk left OpenAI, both of them continued to have a relatively good working relationship until the release of ChatGPT in 2023 and the rapid growth of OpenAI. Once ChatGPT was released, Musk and Altman began to criticize each other openly, with Altman once describing Musk as a jerk on journalist Kara Swisher's tech podcast, whose style he would never copy. Musk, for his part, never hesitated to blast at Altman whatever chance he got, and unlike everybody who's been wowed by ChatGPT, Musk has repeatedly criticized the chatbot and even went on to launch his own rival chatbot called Grok, which unfortunately has not received the same popularity as ChatGPT. The clash between the two finally reached its peak when Musk filed a lawsuit against OpenAI in a 35-page document detailing his account of the founding of OpenAI, as well as Musk's views on AI's danger to society. However, at the heart of the lawsuit lies Musk's claim that OpenAI violated an initial agreement to share its technology with the public and help humanity when the company took billions of dollars in investment from Microsoft and turned it into a profit-making company. Musk also claims that OpenAI has made significant strides in creating artificial general intelligence, AGI, referring to GPT-4, which, for Musk, poses perhaps the greatest existential threat we face today. What this means is that Musk believes that GPT-4 is an AI that can surpass human intelligence, but whether or not that's true, nobody knows. But the point is that Musk's suit against OpenAI would compel OpenAI to make its research and technology publicly accessible and prevent the startup from profiting from assets like GPT-4 to the benefit of Microsoft or any individual. In reaction to the lawsuit, OpenAI published a detailed blog post on its site featuring multiple emails supposedly exchanged among Musk, Altman, Brockman, and OpenAI co-founder and chief scientist Ilya Sutskever from 2015 to 2018. And guess what the emails revealed? Those emails showed that Musk knew and agreed with OpenAI's plan to create products to make money for their goal of building artificial general intelligence for the benefit of humanity. It also suggested Musk was okay with OpenAI being more secretive about their work to protect against misuse of their AI. The company's response accuses Musk, who launched his own generative AI company just last year, of professional jealousy, which may just be the appropriate term for the situation because the case is weak, as many legal scholars have pointed out. According to them, it's not very clear whether the court will agree with Musk that his discussions with Sam Altman about setting up a lab that's not for profit but for the good of humanity constitute a binding contract. One scholar, Andrew Stoltman, a securities lawyer and adjunct professor at Northwestern University Law School, called these kinds of discussions illusory promises, which unfortunately for Musk cannot be legally enforced in a court of law. Another scholar, Noah Feldman, a Harvard University legal scholar, noted that Musk's supposed contract contains a hole you can drive a truck through, and if there is no contract, then Musk probably doesn't have standing to sue, and his case could well be thrown out of court. So if this is such a weak case, why did Elon Musk decide to bring it up? Well, if there's one thing everybody knows about Musk, it's that he loves to pick a fight, and he has a history of getting himself into contentious lawsuits, which he sometimes wins. Besides, as one of the richest people in the world with a net worth of over $200 billion, Musk can afford to spend any amount of money in a legal battle against someone he feels has betrayed him. And he's made no secret that he feels betrayed by Altman. So, if his suit can eliminate a competitor, or at least divert their attention and incur financial losses that could otherwise be used to challenge him, why not? It's also likely that Musk hopes to use the suit to push OpenAI to disclose more information about its operations and how its business objectives have evolved in recent years. Another interesting aspect of Musk's suit is his claim that OpenAI's GPT-4 model is itself artificial general intelligence, meaning that the AI has intelligence that surpasses human intelligence. But is this claim correct? Musk certainly believes his claim, and among his complaints about OpenAI, he stated that since the company's board refused to tell the public that GPT-4 is AGI, which is supposed to be their responsibility under the company's charter, the board has failed in its duty and violated that clause in the charter. Still referencing OpenAI's charter, which states that under the terms of the company's strategic partnership with Microsoft, no AGI system should be commercialized by the tech giant, Musk added that OpenAI has commercialized GPT-4 by sharing it with Microsoft. The question now is GPT-4 truly AGI? Only a few people agree with Musk, and this brings us to an interesting thought, which is currently there seems to be no agreement on what artificial general intelligence is, and no basis to judge the point where an AI is up to par with human intelligence. So, if the only result of Musk's lawsuit prompts clearer definitions and benchmarks for intelligence and AGI, it could be deemed worthwhile. What do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. What does it take to turn a bold vision into a billion-dollar reality before your 25th birthday? Well, you're about to find out in this remarkable story of the youngest self-made billionaire in tech history. Let's meet a young man who made a big splash in the tech world. His name is Alexander Wang, and he started out just like any of us, with big dreams and a love for technology. Born into a family of scientists, he grew up where big ideas were always in the air. This young man was really good at math and computers from the start, and he used the internet to get even better. His skills took him to a top school called MIT, but he didn't stay too long. Why? Because he had an idea that could change how we use technology. At only 19, he started a company called Scale AI with a friend. They had a simple goal: to make it easier for everyone to use artificial intelligence. This wasn't just a small project. It grew fast and made Alexander the youngest billionaire. But there's more to the story, and we're just getting started. Stay tuned as we explore how Alexander Wang turned a simple dream into a reality that's changing the world. They say some people are born with a silver spoon, but Alexander Wang was born with a keyboard in hand and a future paved in code. Alexander Wang's tale starts in a peaceful town called Los Alamos, New Mexico. This place is famous for its big role in creating the atomic bomb. Here, Wang was born to parents who came from China and worked as scientists. Growing up, he was always around big science talks, and this made him really interested in technology and figuring things out. Wang got into computer programming when he was pretty young. By high school, he was already great at it, and even better at math. Instead of just hanging out, he'd spend his free time writing code. He was so good at math that he won big competitions, showing everyone he was going to be someone special in tech. Then Wang went to MIT, a school known for teaching some of the smartest people in science and technology. There he really got into artificial intelligence, or AI, and machine learning. He started to see how AI could be used not just in school projects, but to help solve big problems in the real world. But Wang didn't want to just stay in school. In 2016, he decided to leave MIT and start his own company called Scale AI with his friend Lucy Guo. They wanted to make AI something that businesses and app makers could actually use. They began with just a small group, working hard to make a system that would help train AI to do things like recognize pictures and understand spoken words. This system caught the attention of big companies like GM Cruise and Uber, and this was only the start. Wang's company expanded rapidly, and he was committed to transforming AI into a force that could truly change the industry. In the startup world, making a small idea grow into a big company is a real adventure with lots of ups and downs. Alexander Wang knew this well because he made his company Scale AI one of the best at what it does. When Wang started, he had to show people why his idea to make AI better was worth their time and money. There were lots of other companies trying to do similar things, so he had to prove that his idea worked and could grow. Wang knew that for AI to work well, it needed the right kind of data, so he made sure his company was really good at getting data ready for AI, which helped the AI learn better and faster. With Wang leading the way, Scale AI started to get noticed. They were smart about using both computers and people to get the data right, and this got them big deals, even with the US government. This made people take them seriously in the busy world of AI. Scale AI didn't stop there. They started offering more services to help with all parts of making AI, like checking the data and even helping self-driving cars get better. Wang wanted to make a place where anyone working on AI could find what they needed, and he was making it happen. Alexander Wang's early wins with Scale AI were just the start. He had big plans and didn't stop pushing his company into new areas of AI that no one had explored before. He wasn't just trying to come up with new ideas, he wanted to move faster than anyone else. Wang had two main goals: make the tech better and get more people to use it. He worked on improving the system that prepares data for AI, making it smarter and faster. This made it cheaper and quicker for companies to build strong AI. Lots of different companies wanted to use AI to get ahead, and they liked what Wang was doing. But Wang knew that making AI the right way was important. He made sure his company did things carefully and followed rules to make sure their AI was safe and fair. This made people trust Scale AI a lot. As Scale AI got bigger, so did its team. Wang wanted to create a place where smart people could work together and come up with great ideas. This team helped Scale AI grow even more. By 2023, Scale AI wasn't just another AI company, it was leading the way. The company, which was now worth $7.3 billion, started working on new projects like tech for autonomous cars and projects for the government. And Wang, only 24, became the youngest billionaire who made his own fortune. His story shows other young people that with a good idea and hard work, they can change the world with AI too. As the day ends in Silicon Valley, Alexander Wang stands out against the evening sky. He's a young man who's shown us all how far you can go if you're willing to chase your dreams. His story starts as a curious kid in a town famous for science, and now he's known as the youngest person to make $1 billion all on his own. But his story's more than just about getting rich. It's about showing us that we all have a chance to do something big. Wang took his company, Scale AI, from a small start to a giant in the tech world. His belief that tech can make the world better has made his company a key player in artificial intelligence, helping to push new ideas forward in many fields. But what really makes Wang's work special is how he's opened up artificial intelligence to everyone. He's given many people the tools they need to make their own dreams come true and tackle problems that seemed too hard before. Wang's journey also reminds us that sometimes you have to take big risks to do great things. He left a top school to start his company, a bold move that led to amazing results. His story encourages us to leave our comfort zones and explore new possibilities. Thinking about what Wang has done, we see that making new things isn't just for the experts, it's for anyone who's brave, curious, and ready to try, no matter who they are or where they come from. So, as we move forward, let Wang's story inspire you. Let's all be innovators. If you've got an idea or a passion for tech, now's the time to go for it. Take that step. Be brave with your ideas, and maybe you'll be the one to make a mark on the world. If you found value in this video, kindly hit the like and subscribe buttons. Remember to turn on notifications for more inspiring content like this. See you in the next one.